Hi there, miser makers. This is Hill again, and what I want to talk to you today about is this necklace. No, not really the necklace, but what it is made of. It is really, really cool. Let me pull one off here. See if I can get it. There we go. It is these clasps. These are an awesome print. Here is my favorite one right here. And these are a carabiner, whatever. It's a clasp, and it's really cool, and it's really practical. A lot of people I talk to, when I tell them I 3D print things, they're like, what in the world is that for? Why would you need a printer to print things when you can just buy things for a lot cheaper? And in a lot of cases, you can get things a lot cheaper than printing them. But these can cost several dollars, especially if you get big clasps like this. It could be $5, $6, $7 or so, whereas you can print these for less than $1 or so. Now, if you put them with a lot of infill to make them stronger, you might get up around the $2 range, something like that, depending on how much the filament costs. But bottom line is, it's fun printing these. You can print them to the exact size that you want. And this is just an awesome design that I really like. This one is my favorite one. It's a two-tone one because I actually ran out. I was printing it in, I believe I was printing it in black. Yes, I started printing it in black. And then I ran out of filament halfway through the print. So instead of just putting more black in, I thought, let me see what it's going to look like if I put a totally different contrasting color on there. So I put this bright green on there, and I love the way it turned out. And I have it set up to where it prints, it's one print, but it's two pieces. So you've got the little, whatever you call this thing, prints right next to it. You got the clasp and this little piece that prints next to it. And then you just pop it off and snap it together, and it's a great clasp. I even use this for, we have a chandelier style lamp in our kitchen, and it's pretty heavy, and it's got some chain links that hold it to the ceiling. And my son is getting so tall, he's taller than me, and his head started banging into the bottom of the light every time he would go in the kitchen. So I needed to raise it a bit. So what I did was I actually printed out a couple of these, and I fastened them to the links. So I bunched up several of the links to raise it up about 6 inches or so. So that was a practical use for these, and it works great. Now the first time I did it, it actually was so heavy that it didn't quite hold with just one of these. In fact, I had two on there, and it busted off. One of them managed to hang on to it so it didn't fall and break, but one of the clasps just busted right off. But that's because my infill is only about 50% or so. So then I printed another one at about 80%, and no problems ever since. So these are handy for all kinds of things. I even printed some smaller ones. See some smaller ones here. I printed a set of them, and I'm going to show you that in the video in a little bit. But I printed a set of these, and these are great for, you know, lighter duty type things. But for instance, your kids' backpacks, or like I've got one that takes his lunchbox, so he can clip the lunchbox onto his backpack with this. Or you can clip these on your belt loops for a bottle of water or keys or whatever you want. It works great for stuff like that, and you can just print as many as you want, give them out as friends. That's one thing I love to do with prints, is print up a bunch of useful things like this, and then you can give them away as gifts. It's kind of fun, and people appreciate it. That's another nice thing about 3D printing. It's also great for kids' birthday parties. My kids, you know, they'll go to these other birthday parties of their friends and stuff, and I can just print up a whole bunch of little cool things that they would like, whether it be fidget spinners or little toys, things like that. Or when my kid has a birthday party, I can do them as party favors. Just print up a bunch of little cool stuff. And you usually save a lot of money too, depending on what you're wanting to do. So anyway, very useful print. I recommend highly printing some of them. And now I don't recommend, you know, for really heavy things. You want to be careful there. So here's a disclaimer.
I am not responsible for anything that you try to hold with these things and it fails. Full disclosure. I'm not responsible for any of that. You're at your own risk for using these.
But they're very, very cool. So we're nearing the end of this clasp print. It's very cool. It's going to end up taking about an hour and 20 minutes to print. Looks cool. Make a lot of these useful. And there it is, hot off the press. Well, hot on the press. Focus, there we go. So we'll let this cool off a little bit, pull it off, and check it out. The print. Let's take it off now that it's cool. Let's see, we're down to 37 degrees. I can't even see that. Good grief. There we go, 37 degrees. So it should come off real easy. Yep, just snaps right off of there. No problem at all. So I'm attempting to print out 6 of these from one print, and I reduced the size to 60% of the full size. So we'll see how they turn out. And there we have it. It took exactly 2.5 hours. Nice. That's pretty cool. If they work good, look at that, it comes right off when it's nice and cool like that. Easy peasy. And it looks like these are going to be perfect. Might have to pry it open just a little bit, but it's enough of a opening there where it should work. Cool. Let's try them out. Okay, so I put them all together and they all work perfectly. Really, really nice. I love these things. So useful. Hard to do with one hand here. Look at that. Good strong tension. Gonna hold real tight. Nice. I love these things. So 2.5 hours to print 6 of them. They can come in real handy. So I'm printing one of these clamps here, and this is the first time I ran out of filament partway through a print. So I paused it. First time I've tried that, I paused the print and swapped it out. I wanted to see the contrast. I did have some more black. I started off with black, but I wanted to see the contrast just to see what it would look like. So I paused it, and then I switched it to this green filament, and it's continuing the print. So we'll see how it goes. There's a little problem area in the corner there where it kind of caked up. I think while I paused it, it kind of, you know, some of the filament that was hot still kind of melted and oozed out of there. But other than that, I like the way it's working. I might be able to just clip that off of there and clean it up a little bit. So it's kind of cool. So we'll see how it turns out. I'm looking forward to seeing it. It'll be a 2-tone clamp. Anyway, pretty cool. Hey, if you like these videos, please subscribe, like the video, and share it with your friends. It'll help me out a whole lot. I love producing this information, and I just want to spread it around so I can get a bunch of feedback, and that gives me more content that I can produce even more videos that you like. So, subscribe, like, share, and happy making!